Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm finally filming my Hoya linearis propagation video. As I mentioned in previous videos, I got this method from Verde Alcove on Instagram. She's the one who made the original tutorial about this, but I thought I would bring it to YouTube in case some of you guys are not on Instagram. This plant in front of me right here is one of the linearis that I propagated. These are all propagations and they've been in here for probably about a month or two and they're doing really well. There's a lot of new growth. The plant seems super happy and I know it has grown roots because when I gently tug on the stem, there's resistance. So I know that there definitely are roots that have formed. And I'm just gonna go over today how I propagated this using soil propagation. It's a very simple method. I'm just gonna take you through the steps that I take, and hopefully this will be useful information to you if you decide to propagate linearis at home. All right, so if you're interested in watching me propagate some cuttings of Hoya linearis, keep on watching and we're gonna get into the video. So here's the plant that I'm going to be propagating from. Basically, when I'm making my cuts, I just want to make sure that I have a node on my cut because you're going to be inserting the node into the soil. And the node is just the area where the leaf meets the stem. So I'm going to just show you how I do that. Alcove Verde recommended cutting in between each node. We have a leaf on either end and make our cut right in between those two leaves. So I think that's plenty of cuttings for the propagation. Okay, this is gonna be a lot easier to show you. So now I'm gonna make a few cuttings from this stem. Right in between those two nodes, make my cut. And I forgot to mention, just make sure that you're using sterile scissors as well, or sterile gardening shears, so you don't spread any type of disease. And on some of these, I might keep more than one node per branch. Like this one. I'm gonna keep this guy long just because I feel like it. I'm also gonna keep him long. This would be the smallest stem that you could propagate because you have that one node and you'll be set to place this in the soil. But you definitely can propagate with a longer stem if you choose to. So do whatever you would like to do. So in this little nursery pot, I would recommend using a plastic nursery pot because it's gonna maintain more moisture. I just have some cactus soil mixed with perlite. I didn't measure anything, I just wanted to kind of make the mix a little bit more airy. And all I'm gonna do is take my cuttings and place them in the soil, push them into the soil gently, upright. And you just wanna make sure that that node that's at the bottom is in the soil. Make sure that it's kind of buried in the soil. And we're going to continue doing this with all of our different cuttings. So like I said, gently push it into the soil, and that node is in there. And it does help having a soil that's very light and airy because when you're pushing these in here, you don't want there to be a lot of resistance. Make sure your soil is dry because that will really help this process be a lot easier if it's dry, because it just kind of slides right in the soil. This stem only has one leaf, but I'm gonna see if it does okay. I think it will because there is still a node and the roots are gonna grow from the area. So let's see if that does okay. I'm just gonna put them in here, experiment a little bit. I think it'll be fine because it does have the node. So here's a closer look of what your propagations will look like when you pot them up. And for care, what I would do with these cuttings is I'll keep them in bright indirect light just so that they can focus on growing roots. You don't want to put any type of propagation in really harsh sun. Bright indirect light will be perfectly fine. So when it comes to watering, you don't want to thoroughly saturate the soil because there are no roots at the moment. So all you want to do is every few days, you want to just gently water the top few, maybe half inch of soil with your spout on the shower setting. and that's just going to give your stems some moisture, and that will encourage them to form roots. And I only water these cuttings when it dries out each time, so I just check it every few days when I notice that it's dry, and I might like put my finger in the soil, or you kind of become more familiar with it as you're more comfortable doing this method, but I can kind of just tell by looking at it. But you might want to kind of stick your finger in just to double check. Give it a light watering on the top and just continue doing that. And you can always, maybe after a few weeks, gently tug on the stem just to kind of check to see if it's grown any roots. And that's all I did with my cuttings, and they're doing really great. They have a lot of growth, and this method has proved to be very successful. I'm going to wait to water this until either tomorrow or the next day because I just made my cuttings today. So those are fresh cuts, and I don't want this to rot. I've also propagated linearis in water. Some of the roots died. Some of them were successfully grown in water. Let me actually just show you that. That might be interesting. So I actually did grow some of these linearis cuttings in water. Some of them did die and they rotted away, but I have had success with a few of the stems. So you can see here that I successfully was able to grow some stems in water, and I think it also has grown some new stems, not just roots. So you can successfully do it in water, but I do prefer the soil method because I feel like it's less of a chance that you will experience rot. It's more foolproof, and also what I really like about the soil method is you don't have to worry about transitioning to soil because you're already in the medium. So you're just keeping it in soil, and it can just live its life in there for a few years. I've experienced some plants having a difficult time going from water to soil, so I would recommend trying the soil method if you are trying to propagate Hoya linearis. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments down below. I would love to answer anything I didn't go over, or if anything was unclear, just let me know in the comments down below. I would love to help you out. And if you made it all the way to the end, please leave a plant emoji just so I know that you saw the whole video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down, however you feel. I just want to know if this video was helpful to you. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on future propagations and just any of my videos. And also press the bell icon so that you're notified. And for more daily updates, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's Juju Succulents. All right, guys, I hope you found this video helpful, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye.